dear friends. Today I'm going to talk to you about my really crazy Planned Parenthood experience that I had on Monday. I'm bringing this up because I kind of like slightly pulled out my strings because I was being lazy with my menstrual cup. So, um, so I kind of like felt when I was checking for my strings, after my period, I felt like the loop that I would imagine what would feel like that was attached to the plastic. I didn't feel any of the plastic, so like if here's the T, there's like a loop that connects it to the strings that are in your vagina, the heen. Um, so so I felt those, and so I kind of was like freaking out. I didn't know if like it meant like bad things or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that it was okay. So I made a Planned Parenthood plan, blah 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 blah. Um, and so they had, after me waiting for like an hour. It was an hour since my scheduled appointment. Actually, it was probably like actually an hour and a half. Doesn't really matter. After they like drew my blood and like took my blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. I guess they had two different clinicians that are qualified to, look at, to examine IUDs. And one of them is male and one of them is female. And so the first time, the male was the one who was checking them. And before he looked, he was very much in the mindset of that it probably wasn't gonna be a big deal, that like that this never happens, that all this kind of stuff. And like I'm sure that it doesn't happen all that often, but because I was stupid and lazy with like not pulling out my menstrual cup properly, I kind of literally just like pulled it out, which is so totally don't do that. Like, don't do that. Yeah, it was stupid. And all I wanted to do was get it fixed. I didn't really want anyone to tell me, oh, you did this wrong. Um, so, so yeah, after looking at it, he was like, oh yes, like they're very interesting. Oh yeah, no, the strings are definitely longer. And I was like, what? I know. Can you fix it? Can you? And so he had to call in um, someone else. I had to get an ultrasound, which I didn't know. Apparently, I'm the only person on the planet left who didn't know that ultrasounds aren't just like, for pregnant women and don't just like, aren't just on the surface of the tummy. Apparently, in case you don't know, in case you're part of me, that sounds weird. Then, sometimes they will have ultrasounds where it's like a stick and they stick it into your vagina and they can like see actually I'm assuming this is what happens. They can like see up into your uterus and like what's happening up there. So that's what they did. And so the second clinician that came in, who was a woman, she did that, and she said that my strings were really long, which they've always been. When I first got it, they told me that they were gonna cut it to 3 centimeters, which, like, it doesn't sound that long to me, but whenever I felt it, I always felt like they were way too long, like they could be way shorter. So I never really took mind to that. So yeah, she told me that the strings were too long, but she said that everything was fine, that it was still in there, but that she was gonna cut the strings shorter. So I don't know how long they are now, but they're definitely like at least, I want to say like an inch shorter, which is crazy. And I think that she also like poked the IUD back up into my uterus, because it doesn't feel. I don't feel the loop anymore, and I had a little bit of spotting. I don't know if you're allowed like that. Now that I say that, like, I don't know if that's. I don't know. I don't know what they did. Point is that it's totally done, but that was really crazy. So, moral of the story: don't be lazy with your menstrual. She also recommended to me to not use a menstrual cup anymore, which is annoying. Like, part of me like wants to listen to her because she's a doctor, but the other part of me, like, is realizing that it was completely my fault and I know how to prevent that, and it worked for me for the past 10 months. So I don't know, excuse me. But yeah, so that was my crazy IUD experience. Yeah, moral of the story: keep using menstrual cups, but don't just pull them out. You gotta break the suction first. So yeah, I also don't know. I think that I should mention this right now. I don't know if I've ever mentioned, but I have a fairly high cervix, like to the point where I have to like reposition. Like if I'm checking my strings, there's sometimes where I have to like really push, like as if I'm going to poop, um, to feel my cervix. Um, so that's, I'm sure that's important to someone. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a lovely day. That was my exciting story. I guess it could technically be a 10-month IUD update. So yeah, bye.